Hey guys, Ryan Palucci here. I'm going to do a quick video on Rivergrass. I already covered the amenity campus, some of the amenities that are going to be there. We're going to go a little more in depth, but that's going to be later in the video. I know everyone wants to see what kind of model homes they're going to have, if they're going to have villas, townhomes, big homes, small homes. They're going to have everything. The townhome models have not been released yet, but I have an idea of what they'll look like, and I'll share that towards the end. So this is Rivergrass. This is the main amenity campus, as you're familiar with if you watched my last video. There's 13 released plans, and they're going to be releasing more when the townhomes come out. Some things can change though, so don't hold me to it. Starting at the villa models, there's villas between 14 and 1500 square feet, very similar to what you're used to from Lennar. And then all the way up to 3,400 square feet for the bigger homes. 2 to 5 bedrooms, that's villas to big homes. And this is kind of how it's going to look. The executive homes are going to be here. You kind of see it in the map that they provided me. Executive homes, a lot of them have really great views, a lot of lake views. Every home looks like a great lot. The manor homes, even better. You have all lake views, except for a couple of them over here. But for the most part, you have really, really nice lake views for all the manor homes. And then you have the villas. These are going to be in the middle of the community, right here. And lastly, which I don't have pictured, are the townhomes. This little strip right down here. If you look on the right, you have this little strip of townhomes. People that have purchased Lennar townhomes in the past have noticed that when they're done building, they do get a little crowded. Everything's really tight together. If you're okay with that, townhomes are a great option because they do have a lot of square footage, a lot more storage space than a villa. That's what I started with when I moved to Florida. Very shortly thereafter, bought a single family. But I did start with a townhome and it was great. Depending on the builder and which townhome buildings they're actually building, a lot of times they're 1-car driveways, which could be a deterrent for people. So just keep that in mind. Some builders have a 2-car driveway for the end units and a 2-car garage, which is huge. So if you're looking for something like that, give me a call. I can steer you in that direction. Some of the executive home models that they're coming in. Now, the executive homes are the slightly smaller lots. They're not the big manor homes, but you have these small, different models. They're kind of similar to a Trevi, and then you have the really small model, the Amelia. But these two are pretty similar to a Trevi as far as size: 4-bed, 3-bath, 3-bed, 3-bath, and then the Juniper, which I would compare to an Amalfi if you're familiar with those models. These are 1,600 to 2,300 square feet. And again, these are on the more narrow lots. Some of the executive homes, some more of them are Lido, Key, Miramar. And these are bigger. These are 2,500, 2,919. So these are the bigger executive homes on the smaller lots. And then you have the manor homes, which you have the Delray, the Key Largo, Palm Bay, Sand Key, and the Weston. The Weston's going to be the big one. So this is going to be the huge one with the double driveways, 3-car garage. All of these are going to have 3-car garages because they're on the wider lot, so they can afford to put a 3-car garage there. Usually they're going to be bigger. A lot of times these pair very nicely with a pool, as well as any home. It is Florida. So the villas, the Osprey is also known as the Orchid model. If you're familiar with models that Lennar has built in other communities, they frequently change the names just to make it look fancy and make people want to buy them. The Pelican is going to be different than some of the other models nearby. So this is going to be a different one, but it's 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,462 square feet. Very, very similar. So the villa is a villa from Lennar. If you've ever seen a villa from Lennar, you kind of know what they look like. As far as the community, this is going to be a bit different than some of the other Naples communities that Lennar builds. It looks like they're focusing on bringing some families in. They have this really nice splash pad, has a little water slide, and this is for littles to, up to a teenager maybe. And then you have the big lap pool, and you also have a resort style pool, which is really nice. Some of the other amenities that are also different, they're bringing a lot of cool stuff here. So they have full tennis courts and they have separate pickleball courts in this community, which will be really nice. Indoor basketball, which is huge for those who like to play basketball and can't really play in the summer because it gets too hot. And then the fitness center. This is the event lawn. So they're going to have an event lawn with a lake in the background. There's a little stage here, if you can see where my cursor is, where they can do live music and events. And it's pretty cool. The kids could run around here, play soccer, do whatever they want. I hope they make it turf. That would be really nice. And then you can see the splash pad in the background and then the clubhouse as well. They're gonna have a full restaurant and bar, which is amazing. So if you're one of those people that like to sit and drink by the pool, here you go. Here are some of the layouts again. The villas are smaller. The manor homes are the biggest, so 2165 square feet to 3392. And then the executive homes are on the smaller lot, but some of them are pretty big. When you stack them 2 stories high, they could do a lot with them. So you have multiple options in this community. Rivergrass is really great, and it's going to be a great option for those who want a community that might be lower priced. Pricing has not been released yet, but this is going to be really great. And this is the start to the big town of Big Cypress. So there's going to be over 9,000 homes eventually in this town. Rivergrass is going to have about 1,000. So this is a really great option for people who might want to save some money, still get all the great amenities with a restaurant, a bar, all these extra amenities that personally I wish that I had in my community. So this is going to be really great, and I think everyone will love it when they start building the homes. If you have any questions and you want to get a sneak peek of this community and even get a preview before they start building, give me a call and I'm more than happy to help you.